Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to Voice Notes with the Tia. It's going to get a little windy, so we'll see what you're going to hear, but at least speaking about it will help me. But I hope that you're able to hear what I'm saying, because I have some gems. But I was just thinking to the universe, like, wow, so many beautiful things happen today, over this weekend, when I just allowed myself to rest and to be without feeling like I had to work on stuff and do stuff and be stuff. And I kept saying to the universe, it's literally a little lizard, like, he's so cute. The way that he was like inverted up on this twig, he was so cute. But he wasn't even little, he was like a whole iguana. But anyways, yeah, I kept thinking, like, what do I have to do to be able to receive the blessings? What do I have to be able to receive the blessings? And it's like the universe whispered to me, you don't have to do or be anything other than what I already am. Like, I'm not doing something wrong. Something just like ran in the bushes. What are you doing? Oh, hello. Hi, are you a universal sign? All these lizards. Oh my god, this one's huge. Hello. Oh, look at y'all. Hello, gorgeous. Oh my god, y'all, I've never seen this many before. But I guess that is definitely a universal sign that I'm on the right path, saying the right message. I wonder if you could hear them in the back, like, ruffling through the trees. But, yeah, I really wonder. Con permiso. Hola, buenas tardes. I'm always like feeling like I have to work on something, be something, do something in order to be rewarded for life. Or I feel like I'm being punished when I follow an old pattern and when there's a test. And what if the tests are not tests? What if tests are just check-ins, just to see how much more work we need to do in this area? And by how much more work, basically just being work to where I just feel comfortable in my own body. Because I was walking being so critical of myself earlier, and I was like, this is morbid, but what if I was like, what if today was my last day on earth? And I would just look back on how much I struggled loving myself, and I would feel so bad. And I would look at myself and think, wow, why was it so hard for me to love myself? Or why was it so hard for me to forgive myself or accept myself as I was? Because I'm a beautiful person. So that is where I'll stop this voice note right now, because I know it's about to get really windy. But I'm grateful for the silence that the universe gave me to be able to share this message while it was on my mind. I love you. If I have any other thoughts, I'll let you know. Bye. I had another thought. Good morning, beautiful souls. I've realized that there has been a reoccurring theme based on the things that I've been listening to, based on the podcast episodes that have been coming out from some new podcasts that I follow, that there's like this grand awakening that's happening. And I don't think anyone's really making the announcement about it, which is why I feel safe mentioning it on here and not social media. Can't flag the feds, but I think it's a really beautiful thing. And I think that it's a lot of, I'm going to say specifically Black women. I'm not sure who my audience fully is, but I know that a majority of my audience is Black women. And that's where I've been seeing this shift happen. And like, we can talk about that in a different way, because another time, because I actually do want to talk about pleasure and self-acceptance and acceptance of self-pleasure in all different nationalities, all different, like, worldwide. I want to discover how people see pleasure and how people feel pleasure and how self-acceptance works. But I will just say that there are definitely some communities that are more encouraged to be themselves than others, and Black women are definitely at the top of the list when it comes to a community or a group that's told to act a different way. So I feel like we're all really breaking out universally of how we're supposed to be. And so I was just thinking about what I was saying earlier in the voice note about lessons, and how it's like, oh, did you learn your lesson? Or, oh, did you pass this test? And I'm starting to really feel like this terminology and this philosophy, or this philosophic way of thinking, is, it's not even philosophic, it's like fear factor, all stems from religion. Once again, like, I'm starting to feel like that is just the root cause of these rules, because without religion there would be no rules for us to abide by.
Like, animals are not out here living by a book that their brethren wrote. It's not even my brethren that wrote. I don't even know who wrote it, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I think that we are breaking out of the blueprint of what we've been told we had to be able to comply and be morphed and be controlled and be pumped fear into. And I think one of the fearful things was us being not accepted, and we're already not accepted by the world as a whole, as Black people. So I think that it is really radical to accept ourselves, which is why a lot of the civil rights leaders, I think the reason why they were leaders was because they were so unapologetic with who they were. Like the Malcolm X's, the Nat Turners, the Harriet Tubmans, like they were not you. I'm pretty sure you couldn't walk up to them and tell them exactly who they were. Like, please. So I would like to, I not would like to, I'm excited to, at this point, it's not about becoming, it's about unbecoming. It's about unbecoming and chipping away at the things that people told me I was supposed to be. It's about undomesticating myself, just as they talk about in the Four Agreements. Like, I think if we can just look at ourselves as being domesticated, because once again, like when you're out in the wild, like there's not a bird. It's like, oh, did I pass the test of picking up the right twig? No, the bird just went and picked up the twig that it felt was the most divine to be able to encompass what it needed to encompass in its nest, and that's it. So yeah, like living a rule-free life. The other day, I literally observed myself asking my mom if she realized something in me, like, and it was an observation that she didn't even make. I just like assumed that the observation would have been made, and then I needed like the validation and seeing that the way that I showed up in the situation was okay. When in reality, and this is what she affirmed, like the way that I showed up in the situation was the way that I was supposed to show up in the situation, and then that in turn means that it was okay. It was beautiful. It was divine. So I think the words that I'm trying to really bring into my life are like wildness, divinity, and intention. I actually think that when trying to figure out what my core values were, those are the ones that really resonate with my spirit. Wildness, because then we're committed to undomesticating ourselves. Intention, because I would like to be intentional to the people in my life, and I would like those people to be intentional to me. And divinity, because that to me entwines with surrender, and I can just know that everything that is happening in my life, everything that's unfolding is absolutely divine. There's no need to twist it. There's no need to change it. There's no need to judge it. There's no need for me to feel like I should have done something differently. No, the way that it was supposed to go is the way that it was supposed to go. Very often I look back at old experiences in my life and I'm like, why did I do that? Or why did I react in that way? And why did I respond in that way? Why did I make that decision? And it's like, because the way that your life had been set up to that point had been to make you make that decision. Because if you weren't supposed to make that decision, then I would have made another decision. So if I wasn't supposed to go down the street, I would have went down another street. Like if I wasn't supposed to do this, I wouldn't have done that. And I think that that's where gut instinct comes from. Even now, I'm actively struggling, trusting my gut. And it's like, but what would unlock and unfold if I just sat in trusting my gut? Like if I just said, I'm making this decision, I'm sitting in this decision, and that is it. The universe is going to be like, oh, finally, okay, let's get things rolling. And then that's when things get rolling. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely, I'm breathing through life. And even the moments where I'm being more intentional, like yesterday morning, I checked in on two of my friends that I feel like are always checking in on me. And I believe in balance in friendships, and I genuinely care about them. And now I have the space because I've been able to clear out a lot of unintentional relationships. I can check on them and I can have the energy. And I think that that's a beautiful thing. So it felt really good to be able to be in my body, to know that I have the capacity because I'm not drowning myself with a whole bunch of responsibilities, and to know that I am able to flourish the way that I need to flourish and be the way that I need to be, because I'm not trying to contrive or manipulate or morph my life. That's exhausting. Even me going to sleep I go to sleep every night now at 8 or 9, and it's just become my thing, and I love it. And it can shift or it can stay the same, but I just love that I've given into that as opposed to like hating waking up early in the morning. Like, no, I love waking up early in the morning. I've actually found ways to really get a lot done early in the morning. Actually, after 10 o'clock, it's really hard for me to be productive, which is great. Maybe I'm supposed to literally work from like fucking 3 or 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then live my life from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. in the midst of that, like self-care and all that stuff and eating. So yeah, I just want to leave you with a gem for the day. And this really has been resonating with my spirit. And I feel like I've been trying to just like capture the messages. And like I said, I'm working on a book. I don't know if I said this in this message or my other message that I made that day, but I'm really excited to share and break the barriers. I used to think like, oh, people are not going to want to read my book. And it's like, well, get some new people in your life and that will. And when I think about some of the people that are in my life currently, those few people would read my book. There are people who don't even know me who would read my book. And I've actually shed the people that I feel like, oh, those people wouldn't read my book. Those people are not in my life anymore. Those people won't even, I want to say like an Instagram post, but I'm learning that actually doesn't matter. Like, that is some man-made shit, and it's not right to hold somebody to the fire based on social media. But I will just say that based on the society that we've built around it, social media is sus, and it's creepy, and it's weird, and it's teaching me how weird people have become, how weird I once was. Shit, I'm breaking out of my weirdness when it comes to social media. Not as a whole. I'm still weird as a human being. God, that's never going away. But social media weird, hell yeah. So yeah, babes, I just want to let you know that we're all perfect. Even though I just called a lot of people weirdos. Like even the mundane, like I used to feel like everybody was supposed to be a superstar. I just feel like everybody was supposed to own their own business. Everybody's supposed to do this, do that. No, there are people that are superstars in their own right. Because I need people to work the jobs that I consider mundane. I worked retail. I worked in restaurants. I worked like, and when I say mundane, I don't mean like you're not putting in a lot of work. When I was a waitress, I was doing a lot of work. But do people wake up in the morning and say, wow, my dream is to become a waitress? Maybe. That's why I'm saying that there are different levels to it, right? Like for some people, they have reached the top when they become a waitress at their favorite restaurant. They're able to bring smiles to people's faces. To me, I use the word mundane for that. But to others, that is their dream. So I'm going to remove the word mundane. I'm not going to take it out of the episode, though, because one, I don't feel like it, and two, I'm really just trying to speak what's on my mind. But I think it's okay to speak what's in your mind and then be conscious about others. So yeah, but like, we always think that, oh, this person, they work at a restaurant. Well, maybe their goal is to be the manager. No, maybe their goal is to legitimately be a server. And like I said, just make people happy because that makes them happy. Those people matter. Those people are not mundane in my world because they give me the great service when I go out to eat. Or, yeah, I just think that, yeah, I just wanted to check myself. Well, let me actually see gently check myself, because who gonna check me, boo? Only me. What does mundane mean? Or maybe I'll say like a 9 to 5. Now that shit, you can't tell me a 9 to 5 is not mundane. Like there's no fulfillment. And that's what it is. Okay, I'm gonna read what the definition of mundane is, but I think that is what I'm trying to say. Ooh, that made me feel so good. Okay. Mundane is not the kind of job you have. It's the way that it makes you feel. So for the people who work in restaurants, as long as they love their job and they love making others happy, they love serving others, nurturing others, giving them food, putting on a performance, 'cause that's what a server is, then to me, that's not mundane. But if you're working in a place where your soul is literally dying, like when I was working in a certain retail shop and like, I just felt like I was just stuck in an orb. Because it's just not set up to make you flourish. You dress in dark colors. It has the dark walls. It's the lighting is so dark in that specific place I worked. The music was on repeat with this really high pitched, weird vibrational sound. So yeah, it's like meant to debilitate you. And then you have 9 to 5s where it's like, yeah, you're getting dressed up. And once again, mundane clothing, unless you're able to get dressed up nicely, and you know that you're there for the set amount of hours, and you're looking at these four walls or maybe this small cubicle, and you're looking at the screen all day. Like, so mundane is lacking interest or excitement, dull. Okay, yeah. Mundane is also of this earthly world rather than a heavenly or spiritual one. Whoa, so mundane was definitely the phrase that I wanted to use. Okay. Again, mundane means lacking interest or excitement, dull, seeking a way out of his mundane, humdrum existence. Well, and or of this earthly world rather than this heavenly or spiritual world. The boundaries of a mundane world. Wow. All right, kids, that's your lesson for the day. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to check out the Ethereal Pleasure Academy to learn more about how you can incorporate pleasure in your life. Check out Ethereal Self-Care or Ethereal by Lavatia, which is my vegan and cruelty-free hair and skincare and self-care company. I'm so excited. I love you so much. This is going to be a beautiful summer of us seeing how radically us we can be. I love you. Excuse me. I love you, Tam. I love you too.